in my home, I have a whole house HEPA filter system that runs through my furnace. So it not just has a filter in the furnace, which is a MERV 11 filter, which a lot of people don't know that, but it is the higher or thicker part of that captures more debris in the air. We'll just say it's simple. I have the whole house HEPA filter, and I mean, all we got to do is pull that filter out, clean it every once in a while, put it back in again, and we do that. And you know, is my house any good? Like, I notice even in my home that I tend to have breathing problems. And I think it's because I'm up in Mother Nature. I have 10 acres, there's lots of trees, and possibly something that I'm allergic to. I'm working on this myself, trying to mathematically, in my own mind, figure out how to help myself, never mind anyone else. You said something just a second ago that really rang something to me. Future viruses. In the past many years, we've started to be more aware of viruses coming out. HN1, which one's that again? H1N1?
Yeah, H1N1.
So H1N1, we knew about that. We knew about SARS. But all of a sudden, out comes the COVID-19 and just shuts down the planet. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I don't think anyone else has. And is this going to happen again? I'm actually rather positive it is.
I agree with you, and I think we have to rethink things. What's wonderful is all the world's scientists and eyes are on this because of how devastating this has been. Everyone's pet project has now become COVID, which is wonderful in terms of doing it. We're learning more and more about the aerolization of this virus, and that in fact it travels further than we thought it did in doing it. And there's a biological nature that HEPA won't get you to, which we now need to introduce another technology, and there's just not enough information out there as to whether these technologies are able to get it. But we will get there. There's enough minds, brilliant people, universities, labs studying it to understand the virus. What we do know, open your windows, dilute it. Dilution is the greatest way of being able to do it. From a building biology perspective, we have 4 ways that we approach this. Number 1 is we eliminate any VOC coming into the home as much as possible by trying to spec materials with low formaldehyde, low VOC content. If we can't eliminate it, as an example, some feature in the garage and the way that it comes into the house, if you got that indoor-outdoor access point from the garage, then we isolate it. We'll air seal that area and make sure that we're not getting the off-gassing from your car or anything that you have in the garage. We can't isolate it, then let's ventilate it. Let's get it out of here. Let's push it right out because we now know that the virus and other particles, if you dilute them, they're less dangerous. And if we can't do that, then we filtrate.
Talk about irony. I feel so much irony happening right now, and let me explain why I'm using that word. More and more today, I'm seeing everyone wear a mask. Smartest thing we could have ever done due to COVID-19. Why? We reduce the risk of spittles putting onto someone else and vice versa, getting them back again. We're forgetting about our hands. That's the number one thing.
Yeah.
What we touch, door handles, keeping these hands clean, don't touch the eyes, don't touch the nose. That's how you introduce the virus into your body. The mask seems to turn off a switch inside and we forget about our hands. Now, I don't want to say everyone's doing it. I'm saying the majority is doing it. And you can tell by walking around watching people play with their mask. They're shopping, touching things, playing with their mask. Right away, whatever they're touching, they could pick up the spore. They could pick up the virus and now bring it into their mask system. The more you touch it, the more you play. The mask is a great example of filtration when it comes to your home, because right now it's a personal filtration system of being in the public, which we're actually paying attention to. But as soon as we get home, we take that mask off and forget that we still need a filtration system inside the body of our homes, because now our lungs is the filtration system. It's supposed to be that filter in the furnace. It's supposed to be, if you have a HEPA filter. One of the things I tell everyone right now, and I did this in the story the other day to a woman that was just standing there. She's buying a humidifier. She's telling me she's getting nosebleeds at night. I said, You should also not just buy that because you're going to need it. I can tell there's not a humidifier in your furnace. But you see this air cleaner right here? It's $100. You should buy one for every floor of the house and run it 24 hours a day. And just get used to it. Because what that's going to do is be that backup of cleaning the air constantly that we need. Hence what you're talking about. If you can't ventilate it, if you've got to close it off, you still need to clean it. The one thing I keep saying over and over again is we don't see what's in the air. But I can tell you there's all kinds of crap in the air. You know there is, and I know there is. And it's something that we need to pay a hell of a lot more attention to, because today, right now, everyone's sitting at home, and my God, every contractor I know, every window guy, roofing guy, everyone I know cannot keep up with the demand of people that are working on their homes. The one thing they're not doing is filtrating the air. They're doing a new kitchen, a new bathroom, a new deck in the backyard, a new roof, new windows. This is what I'm seeing. But we're not paying attention to the actual problem that we face, which is air quality.
Yes. And it's a challenge. And I experienced it this summer a little bit because I couldn't find cement. Every store was out of cement in my neighborhood. And so, the amount of dumpsters I see on every 6th or 7th house on my street tells me this is what people are doing. I went the other way and I started to bake, and so that was a little bit cheaper of a direction to go.